I just want to take a minute to speak to the sister wound and why it holds such a special place in my heart. When I first heard of the sister wound, I thought, oh, it's a bit fluffy, isn't it? Kumbaya stuff. It's really not, and it's something that it is such a massive wedge in our community, in our collective, from what it once was and what it should be, and what we need on a primary level, that just, it sometimes can feel really unreachable or hopeless. And it runs so much deeper than what we give it credit for. It's really one of those things that really isn't spoken about enough. For me, I've always been one of those girls that, although I'm really feminine, I have always hung out with the boys, and I felt much safer hanging out with the boys. My feminine attributes were more accepted, celebrated, not seen as a threat. Males' behaviours and reactions are far more predictable and not taken quite so personal. There's no competition. And I mean, even as kids, it's not even something that we're aware of, but it becomes a thing, and it sneaks up on us without even realising. And then because I was that kid who hung out with boys, that I was a pretty easy target for slut shaming, even though I was not fornicating with anybody. Those kind of wounds run really deep too, and I know that I'm not the only female who has been subject to that. After school, I went straight into the hair industry, and here I was thinking that it'd be really great for feminine creative expression of self and connection, and just a really great supportive industry to be in. I remember when I went for my first job, I was asked, why do you want to be a hairdresser? And I said, well, I mean, in the back of my mind, I was like, hairdressers are gorgeous. Like, they really know how to turn it on. But also too, because I just really wanted to make people feel good about themselves and connect with people. Like, I felt like there's so much power in your hands to help someone feel good and support them. And I really felt that was my calling. And she laughed at me and she said, I'm going to give you the job just to see how long you last. And I really understand why now it is that she laughed. But when I got in there, it was anything but. It was all ego. It was competition, who could perform, who could create, who could present the best, who was top dog, who could slam down more and stay on top. The hairdressers that, not all of them of course, I met some really, really amazing stellar humans, but I was seeing so many masks, and masks for different clients, for different co-workers. I had one myself as for when I was on the salon floor versus in the back room, and it was really exhausting. And there was this constant pressure of do more, be better, try harder, train more, learn more, commission, just do all the things. And I remember one of my employers said it so perfectly, that hairdressing is 10% skill and 90% bullshit. And for majority of the industry that I saw, that was absolutely the case. I think I can count on my two hands the amount of really talented hairdressers that I worked with, and on one of those hands I could count the ones that lifted each other up and not tore the others down. And I hated it. I really hated it. It made me hate the industry, everything about it. And I needed to get out. I was being bullied. I was being blamed. There was lies, manipulation. I wasn't exposed so much to the drug scene, but it's a huge scene in the industry, and I absolutely understand why. I was about to give up my career as well. It was everything. It was everything to me. I loved it. I loved being with my clients. I loved creating. I loved everything except for the industry. And I saw no way out. So I stumbled upon my cute little shop in Furniture Gully and went, oh, this is perfect. So I created that space, and it was my safe place to be everything that the industry was not. And a place where I could protect my sister as well, and people that I loved, and still be able to do what we loved without all that ego and the hurt and the pain and the projection. And then after I had kids, I was fine before then, but yeah, when I had my kids, I really felt the absence of my female tribe. Like, I could count my close friends on one hand, my tribe, my ride or die friends. While I told myself that I was so fine, I had heaps of friends, I didn't have time to make new friends, deep in my bones, I really felt that absence of the feminine tribe support and the village that it takes to raise your children, and the importance of that. And so I'd connect in with mother groups, like on Facebook, and or I'd try and reach out to other mums who were feeling the same, and I was just seeing more than ever people shaming each other for choices that they'd make, or no, don't do that, do this, or no, this is wrong, and you rah rah rah, and like there was so much wounding being projected in new mothers group. It was scary. It was scary. So again, I disconnected and went, I'm just gonna lean on my intuition here and my family and my close friends, and be really grateful for what I have. But I really longed for, you watch movies and there's like, mums all sitting around and talking about, their vulnerabilities, or having a laugh, having beautiful big belly laughs together about, some stupid shit that might have happened, and the kids are playing and, being menaces, and you all laugh together, and like, okay, some of them might have been washing water in a river, but it doesn't matter. It's not about that. It doesn't matter. I'd take it. I'd take washing my clothes of 4 dirty children on rocks with a bar of soap. I'd take it for community. But I really felt that disconnect. So I went, right, okay, I am going to hold circle, and I'm going to create my own damn community. I'm going to pull in my sisterhood tribe. So I did my facilitator training, and it's really interesting, this ritual that we did. It was so beautiful. It really blew me away, and I really want to share it. But what I felt as well came up for me in that was how I had hurt specifically my sister, but also my sisterhood as well. I saw myself as the bully. It was awful. All the the shame and the guilt and I mean, I'm sure on the receiving end of that was so much worse, but there was still such a heavy burden carried for things that I might have said or done that I was sorry for but didn't know how to express that. And I couldn't take it back now that I know better, and how deep those wounds can run, how deep those spells of your words can weave through somebody's psyche. And so I pledged that I would always show up for my sisters from then, no matter what. And I went, I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna make this good. And I'm gonna help others to feel this and to see this and be the ripple effect, be the change. And so I held my first sister circle, and lo and behold, nobody turned up. And I went, I'm still doing it. I'm still going to run it because I always show up for my sisters. I made that pledge of standing by it. And it was so profound what came up for me in that circle, in that ritual, that I was terrified of women. And so naturally, of course, I would be repelling women from coming into my circle, into a safe place, when I didn't feel safe in myself. That not only was I still carrying some big sister wounds, I was afraid of women, I was afraid of myself. And so one unraveled from that circle has been so profound for me and insightful. And I feel like it is so damn important to repair that wound, explore that wound together, be vulnerable and open, because I know that's really fucking hard to be vulnerable and open with anyone, but in a safe place. And to explore these wounds, sit with them, make peace with them, and have that ripple out in our community, and to be able to hold the hands of all of our other sisters and really help them rise, because we want to see each other thrive, not survive, but thrive. We want to see our sisters living their best lives and be successful and amazing, stellar humans, and we want to connect with each other. So let's do it. Do you feel safe to connect with me and take the first step in healing the sister wound in our community, in ourselves, and be the change?